Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. If you're running a business, any kind of business, you're probably spending some time thinking about AI, what to do, how much to use it, and how to get started. The answer could be in your pocket. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, powered by Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, will help you unleash your productivity through brilliant built-in Galaxy AI. And over the next few weeks, we're going to answer some of the questions you might have about how best to unlock the power of AI in your business. For example,
what apps or functions can deliver the biggest time savings for my business with AI?
AI can save time by automating repetitive tasks like email drafting, customer support chatbots, document generation, scheduling, bookkeeping and marketing content creation. For example, Galaxy AI, available on the Samsung 25 Ultra, offers tools like Chat Assist, which suggests replies, real-time translations, sentence style changes and proofreading to unleash your productivity. Getting back to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of the features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. On today's Smart 7, King Charles in Manchester as Andrew Row intensifies, government announces new V levels and much more. It's Tuesday 21st of October, it's National Apple Day, and happy birthday Glenn Powell.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
We've already got A levels, O levels and T levels, but now the government is set to roll out a new qualification, the V level. They're not just playing Wordle, the idea is to simplify what were known as B-Tech qualifications into a single streamlined vocational qualification for students aged between 16 and 19. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson explained to Sky News how it is going to work.
And this is about bringing the system together much more coherently, so it's clearer for young people that we tackle the problems we see at the moment around young people who are not in education, employment or training.
There's no definite date as yet when V levels will roll out or what subjects might be included, although the Department of Education was suggesting that media or craft and design could be examples. It's also going to be possible for students to combine or mix and match between A levels and V levels if they're not yet sure what career they want to pursue. Lib Dem education spokesperson Munira Wilson says there's a lot more detail needed.
I would urge caution on rushing headlong into defunding existing qualifications. We've seen with the introduction of T-levels, both the previous Conservative government and even this Labour government have wanted to defund BTECs, which are well recognised by employers and popular with students.
King Charles was in Manchester on Monday, meeting with survivors of the Manchester synagogue attack. He also met and thanked members of Manchester's emergency services for their fantastic response to the tragic event. The palace says the King is focused on duty and not the ongoing claims about his brother Prince Andrew. The palace does expect more days of pain ahead as Virginia Giuffre's book is published this week. Independent MP Rachel Maskell has called for official action to legally remove the Duke of York's titles.
I do think it is for Parliament to act. There would have to be a conversation between the palace and Parliament to indicate that the King was willing to assume those powers. But, of course, Parliament could press forward with action and legislation if it so chose.
The Met Police are also looking into allegations that Andrew tried to harass his accuser while also avoiding being served with court papers by staying in Balmoral. Tory Assistant Whip Nick Timothy says it's important to show victims that the law is impartial.
These are obviously incredibly serious allegations. We need to set an example to anybody who has been the victim of this kind of behaviour, to show them that they can come forward and that their experiences will be treated seriously by those in authority.
Monday saw a concerted effort by the US to keep the Gaza ceasefire alive after a weekend of Israeli airstrikes and accusations of attacks by Hamas. Palestinian officials headed to Cairo on Monday for the next round of peace talks, while Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner flew to Israel to discuss the weekend's breaches of the ceasefire. Meanwhile, Israeli PM Netanyahu threatened again that Israel will forcibly disarm Hamas and demilitarize the Gaza Strip in a speech to the Israeli parliament. The Trump administration, however, seems determined to keep the ceasefire on track, and US Vice President J.D. Vance is also due in Israel on Tuesday. President Trump told reporters that they're keeping a close eye on events.
We want to make sure that it's going to be very peaceful with Hamas. They've been doing some shooting, and we think maybe the leadership isn't involved in that, some rebels within, but either way, it's going to be handled properly.
Ukrainian President Zelensky is due to hit the road again this week, with plans to arrive in London on Friday for a meeting with European allies, or the Coalition of the Willing. It comes after another tough White House meeting that saw Donald Trump back to repeating Putin talking points and refusing to hand over Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine. Trump and Putin are expected to meet in Budapest for another summit in the next couple of weeks, and Zelensky hopes to attend. Military analyst Simon Diggins says Zelensky is in a tough spot with Trump and needs to go for the simplest option.
Even the most basic thing could be a ceasefire. That's something that at least stops the killing. If it stops the killing, then there's a possibility of a talk beyond that.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, a bad night for West Ham and a Film Festival award for Scarlett Johansson. Right after this. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is sponsored by Vodafone Business in partnership with Samsung. When you're running your own business, pretty much anywhere can be your office, the spare room, the back garden, or, like here, the local cafe. With the power of Vodafone Business's reliable award-winning network, combined with the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, there's no limit to what you can do pretty much anywhere. And over the next few weeks, we're going to answer some of the questions you might have about how best to unlock the power of AI in your business. For example,
what apps or functions can deliver the biggest time savings for my business with AI?
AI can save time by automating repetitive tasks like email drafting, customer support chatbots, document generation, scheduling, bookkeeping and marketing content creation. For example, Galaxy AI, available on the Samsung 25 Ultra, offers tools like Chat Assist. Getting back to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, to take advantage of the Galaxy AI features and change the way you do business, you'll need a Samsung account and a network connection. To find out more, search Vodafone Business Samsung, and for network verification, go to vodafone.co.uk/network. Welcome back. This week, the Champions League and the Europa League are back in action. Tuesday night sees Arsenal entertain Atletico, while Newcastle host Benfica and Man City are on the road at Villarreal. Monday night saw West Ham face off against Brentford in the Premier League. Neither side has had a great start to the season, and both were in the danger zone before the game. West Ham's newish boss Nuno Espirito Santo has been having a bad run, and things got worse as Brentford won 2-0. Brentford boss Keith Andrews is pleased to see his team coming together.
I feel like from training sessions there's a feel around the group, and I felt really good the last couple of days, what I've been seeing and feeling from the group, but that doesn't always materialise when it comes to the game, clearly. And I thought it did tonight.
Scarlett Johansson is officially the most valuable actress in the world. Her movies have made more at the box office than anyone else. Her most recent movie, Jurassic World Rebirth, is on track to make $1 billion. But she's not just a cash machine, she's also picked up a BAFTA award and a Tony Award. There's one more award in the cabinet after this weekend, when she picked up a Legend and Groundbreaker award at the Newport Beach Film Festival. She says she's just happy to be an inspiration.
I've been fortunate to be a working actor for 30 years, 30 plus years, which is kind of a crazy number. You know, I think in that time, I've liked to think that hopefully the work that I'm doing is, certainly it's challenges me in new ways, and, hopefully that inspires other actors to dig deeper and do challenging work as well.
There's a new movie that's also a musical on the way to the cinema this December, but it's slightly more complicated than that. The musical in question is called Merrily We Roll Along, and legendary director Richard Linklater is also busy making a version of it, which will take 20 years to complete as he films the story in real time. When it's eventually released in 2039, it will star Paul Mescal, Ben Platt and Beanie Feldstein, and the whole movie is being filmed in reverse chronological order. While you wait, the actual Broadway musical is coming to cinemas, starring Daniel Radcliffe, Jonathan Groff and Lindsay Mendez from December 5th.
I think Charlie and I will handle success very well.
Look how well we've handled failure. We can change the world. Get rid of this whole pathetic life.
Charlie, I love success. I am telling you,
trust me.
Charlie, listen!
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world, complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn goes up against competitors. It's top of all the performance benchmarks, top of the G2 leaderboard, and if you're not happy, we'll refund you up to $1 million, which I think says it all. Check it out for yourself at fin.ai.